I don't know why. I don't know what the excuse is. Look, I was 308 pounds, dying in a hospital bed, November of 21, down 4 pints of blood, having 100 mini heart attacks. I'm the sickest human being, and I was taking 200 milligrams of opioids every day. You won't find somebody sicker than me. So my recovery has been stupendous this time around. Now I'm 4 years older at 57. I still have all the energy in the world. And now I'm like, hey, it's time for a 25-pound cut so I can be in the greatest shape of my life at 57 years old. And the power that gives me mentally, that I have defeated food as a pleasure source and turned it into an energy source, is significant. And if all people have to do is go to the Kronos Group School Community, it's $49. $49 a month. You get to interact with me and Matt and Steve and other people that are in the same boat that you are, and you get to share what's going on in your life, good or bad. And you get to see the progression from all of us. So if you're 25 years old, this gives you a chance day to day to follow along and see what someone is doing, and then have an interaction with them as they detail their success, and you can follow right along with it. To me, I don't know why you can't afford not to. That's the reality, because you can buy an app anywhere. You can buy a program anywhere that will provide you with the ability to track your weight. It will give you a workout. You're going to pay for it. The free ones suck. You're going to spend something on it. But the difference here is that you get a community like us. This is the critical part to Steve's point. People feel like they're by themselves, right? They're old, maybe they're young, they're living with mom, maybe they don't have a lot of friends. You don't have anybody to meet you at the gym. That's an excuse I hear all of the time. But the Kronos Group, you go in there and you can interact. You can interact with me on a daily basis. I'll be posting in there on a daily basis. I'll be answering questions in there on a daily basis. I'll be interacting in there on a daily basis. And so will Matt, and so will Steve, and so will everybody else. And we'll form a community around it about getting healthy. So you're going to be around people who are going to help you with your health, or at least they're going to be a motivation for you, or an inspiration for you, or they're going to hold you accountable. So they're going to be there to hold you responsible for you to do what you said you were doing. And so many times, men in particular, listen to me, so many times, this is the catalyst that you need. Come be in with winners, people who are working hard, people who want not only themselves to be better, but you also. You can change your life in a matter of months. And again, it's $49 for the school community, the Kronos School Community, but y'all got to get in there. 7 days, you can come in and see what we've done for free. But I know this sounds like an ad, and I don't mean it to be an ad, because I mean it to be $49 to get your health back. That is not an app, that's interactive, that you're going to get support that you need. You're going to be in a room with other fat people. You're going to be in a room with other people who want success, whatever it might be. It's not just about weight. It's about business. It's about life. You want to be in a room like that because it's going to push you in a way that you're not getting right now. And that's the question. Are you up to that as somebody out there? Are you up to coming in with people who want to win? Because I'm telling you, I'm winning. As you can tell, I'm all about getting it done. And I have every excuse in the book, and I don't use it. If you like that, if you want to be a part of that, where men can be who they are, because being soft and plushy and you can't even defend your house is not my idea of being a man. Are you sick of the way your wife looks at you? Are you sick of the way society looks at you?
One thing we know, there's a lot of noise out there, whether it's in business, whether it's in health, there's a lot of noise. And that's the biggest part, is how do you navigate the noise, for what you're looking to do? And so what we do is help bring that clarity, whether it's in health and fitness, because the system is set up against you. It sets you up to fail because it needs, say in your health, it needs customers. And so it's created a need, as they want to control it and control your health. You can talk to people, ask questions of people that have been down that road, know how to get there, and can guide you there as well, whether it's in your health and fitness, whether it's in business, even to a degree, relationships, especially as they pertain to what is it like to run a small business on your own, with family, with friends, with, the workers you have. And like I said, it's not a lack of knowing all the possibilities. It's which one do you pick?
If I recall the times in my life where I had the most fun, the most challenged, and just overall fulfilled in life, it was within certain rooms, within certain people. And they were able to elevate me based off of where I previously was at, just by being in the room with people that either have the experience, have the forte of knowledge, or they actually know this is what's going to happen if you do these things. Here are some suggestions and recommendations to avoid those things. And the same comes back with health. The same comes in with business. The same comes within life. Who are those 5 people that you surround yourself with on a daily basis? Because those 5 people will ultimately determine part of your near future. When you go into a room that can give you that knowledge and that expertise and that kind of like tips in life, not saying there's a book that can just show you how to do everything, but it's just like Gandalf in Lord of the Rings. If Frodo went to Mordor by himself without any help of Gandalf, it wouldn't have even been a movie. It would have been over in like 20 minutes. But he went to Gandalf because he was like, hey, he's got some good advice and he's going to keep me alive. Well, I'm going to keep making sure I listen to him. Why wouldn't we do that in our own lives? And that's what this school community really is all about.
You can find somebody, anybody, me, the Kronos Group School page, whatever it is, anything, to help you align yourself with people who have been where you are and who have done what you would like to see done. This goes for obese people. This goes for people in business. This goes for how to get a promotion. This goes for you want to have a better relationship with your family. Jerry, how do you married for so long and you get along with your kids? Steve, how do you do it? You've been married even longer. Jerry, how do you do it building businesses while you're also maintaining your family? Whatever it is, how do you build a business? I want to start a business. I have an existing business and I've done really well, but I think there's so much more. I have an existing business and it's failing. I've been where all of you guys want to be. In all of those scenarios, I have been where you are, and I've also gone where all of y'all want to go. So why wouldn't you come in and talk about it? Why wouldn't you come in and be a piece of it? This group is for you. If you are that business owner or want to be, this group is for you. If you're just an average worker, but you think you want more out of life at your place of business, this group is for you. And if not this group, go find one. So 100% you live in a bubble and you need to get out of that bubble. The excuse I used to make to myself is you can't do it because, your partner won't show up or the guy was going to meet you or you want to go work out with whoever and they don't come or whatever it is. And, my partner effed me. I didn't do it. And when I was laying in that bed in November of 21, I said, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I got to do it on my own like I have most everything I've ever done. I need to wake back up, figure out who I am, and get back to doing what it was that I have always done. And so I just did it by myself. So this idea that you can't fix your health, you can't diet correctly, eat all the things. My family didn't change anything that they did. They kept doing the same things that they were doing. They were eating the same food in the same house. But if my long-term health depended on what my children ate or what my wife ate, then I was hosed already. And what kind of man thinks like that? None. Men don't think like that. Men go out and slay dragons. You're going to go out and you're going to poke Sauron in his giant eye because he's at the top of the Mount Kilimanjaro or whatever the hell it is. And you got to go take him out because that's what men do. So this idea that you can't do it is society telling you that you have been feminized, that you are soft, that you have no agency, that you have no control over yourselves. And you have to fight that. And that was me laying in that bed. That was me, feminized and soft. You can try to make excuses for it all you want, but the reality is you know what is going on in your head. You know what you're not doing. And this is what the group is about. This is what Steve and I feed off of each other. Matt and I feed off of each other. And this is what it is. But if you don't want that, don't come paying us $49 a month to come in and get all this winning, to get all this health, to get all of this success, to improve your life across the board. Don't do it because that would be crazy. But if you want it, it takes discipline. And the reality is that you're going to be way more successful if you can find a group of people who have your best interests at heart and will hold you accountable to it.
When you're in a Kronos group, there's going to be times, if you want, that there's going to be some really tough conversations you can have. They're going to be straightforward. They're going to be blunt, the unvarnished truth, but it's because they really care at helping you become who you want to be. As long as you're serious about that, don't come in thinking I want to be this, but I don't want to do anything for that. To Jerry's point, then that's not for you. But if you really are looking to be that, that's something this will help. That's something I've noticed. Jerry, I've talked about it. We want to be people that when we walk in a room, we command the room. People know you showed up. And you only get that way by being around like-minded people that think that way. It's not misogynistic. It's nothing. It's just being the man that over the last, 30, 40 years has been taken away by our society. That's a whole nother story about it, but it's just the unvarnished truth. That's been happening. It's demasculization of men. And if you know that there's something in you that, I wasn't built for this. I wasn't built for the cog. I wasn't built to be a cog in the machinery. Then get in here, get into Kronos School Group so you can be around like-minded people. And to Matt's point, get around people that have been where you're at, where you're trying to go, and get the guidance, get the support, get the encouragement to be able to become that person that deep inside that you always were built for, but you just didn't even know where to even ask for permission to be that. We will 100% give you permission to be the man that you were built to be.
That is a absolute weapon that men can use to put out there to really improve their lives if they want to. The problem is we all turtle and run and look for shelter and find somebody who won't judge us for whatever the thing is that we're trying to do. And that's just not the way to find success in whatever it is that you're trying to do.
I don't think there's anybody in hospice care said, man, I'm glad I just made it. I just did enough. I don't think anybody. It's always more of what you could have done. And a lot of that comes from the accountability, which the school community and the Kronos group will create for you of like-minded people that care and desire your success.